Hello, human beings. Thank you all for existing and finding my channel and deciding to click on it. And hopefully I provide enough value in the education world for you to subscribe and like this video. So this is show number 2 on real estate. The first show was about just broadly talking about what flipping and what rental property is. This show I want to get a little bit more in depth on rental property and the buy and hold strategy. I want to talk about several different strategies that you can use with rental property. But the first thing I think that we should talk about is the types of rental property. Okay, there's commercial, then there's residential. A single family through 4 units, which is a fourplex, a triplex, or a duplex, that's all considered residential. 5 units or more, that's considered commercial. So any type of, high-end apartment buildings with 5 or more units would be considered commercial. Now, if you're just starting, you probably don't want to go commercial route because you're not going to get financing for that anyway. You want to have some skin in the game. You want to have already have properties and have done deals to even have a conversation about commercial real estate. So if you're just starting out, you probably just want to focus on 1 to 4 units, which is still considered under commercial. It's considered residential property. And with residential property, you have a really good advantage for when you're first starting because you can apply for certain types of loan products to put way less money down, which I'll explain in other videos. I'm going to explain that in the next video and then probably video number 9 or 10 or something. But anyway, it's not important right now. I mainly just wanted to briefly go over, what rental properties fall under what categories when it comes to residential and commercial. So, passive income. Everybody wants passive income. Everybody wants to know how it works, especially with real estate, because it's more attainable and it's more realistic with real estate than any other investment, in my opinion. Unless you invest in some type of really good dividend stock, or you're, into some kind of business that provides that every month. But real estate's where it's at when it comes to the passive income world. And since you're just starting out, you're new to the world of real estate, you're gonna want to just focus on residential. Like I just said, we're not talking about commercial at the moment. So we're thinking about a single family through 4 units, 1 through 4 units, whether it's a fourplex, a triplex, a duplex, or a single family. A big advantage that you have with these residential properties when you're starting off small. Hold on, guys. I just got to take a drink of water real quick. I'm feeling kind of parched. Okay, I'm back. If you're new to the channel, then yes, that was a plug for my music. So if you don't like hearing me talk about financial stuff, go to the other side of my channel and check out my music. Anyway, like I was saying, the big advantage of residential properties when you're first starting out is there's a thing that people in real estate call house hacking, meaning you can put up the smallest amount of down payment, which is usually 3 to 6%, and be able to get in and control a property that has other units in it when the tenants can actually pay off your mortgage for you and possibly produce you some cash flow. And then in a year, when you're able to move out, because you have to live in it, it's called an owner-occupied loan. When you move out, you can put another tenant in there, creating you a lot more cash flow at that point. But you have to live in there a year or however long the loan says, because you don't want to end up in jail. Yes, you can go to jail if you commit fraud, guys. Sorry. But let's slowly just break the idea of house hacking up first, because I feel like it's really important. It's a really good strategy to help build your wealth a lot quicker and a lot more efficiently, in my opinion. So let's say you get a triplex, okay? So it's 3 units in this triplex. You move into the triplex. There's 2 other tenants that are renting the other units out for $700 a month. Okay, your mortgage is around 850. We're just coming up with broad numbers here. The mortgage is around 850, along with expenses such as property taxes, your insurance, your CapEx, and your maintenance fees. All the expenses run up to about 1,500. Let's just say, okay. The two tenants, between them, they're paying 1,400. So you only owe $100. You're paying $100 to pretty much stay there, which beats paying rent anywhere else, to be honest. But think about it. After the year's up, you can move out, rent that bedroom out, and then you're cash flowing around $600. When you were living there for $100 for free. You could, I mean, not for free, but you was living there for $100 for a year anyway. Could be for free. Depends on how you work the numbers and the property and the situation and what kind of deal you were able to get. But what I'm trying to say is it's an easy way. House hacking is a huge advantage that you have to start off and easily snowball without having to have a bunch of money, because typically when you get into an investment property that's rented out or that's a rental, you normally need 30% to get into this property and buy a rental property, rather than 6% when you're actually buying a occupied house when you're living in there, So it's a big advantage. So say after the year, you move out, you put somebody else in there, you do it again, and then after that year's up, that's 2 years now, you have 6 units, or say you do a fourplex next. That's even more cash flow. The more units, the more doors, the more cash flow you're able to come up with. I mean, and it also depends on the loan and how much. When you put less in, the mortgage is going to be higher than whenever you put more money in. Like I said in the first video, the more money you have into a deal, the bigger your cash flow is, but the smaller your ROI is going to be. So the less money you put into a deal, then the bigger your ROI is going to be, your return on investment, which is what good investors look for. You can go ahead and throw $100,000 into a property, and then have 100% cash flow, despite your expenses. And then, yeah, you're doing good on cash flow, but how much money did you have to fork up for that? How much money do you have tied up in this property, just for a little bit of extra cash flow every month? You see what I'm saying? So less money into a deal increases your ROI because you didn't put as much money and you have control over this property, and you're still being able to cash flow if the deal works. You have to make sure the deal works before you get into anything, okay? And show number 8, guys, I explain and go over the numbers on how to analyze deals. So if you go check out number 8, I go over an example and run the numbers on a property that I'm actually looking at right now on how I analyzed it and determined on which purchase price is going to make my property cash flow after, the mortgage, tax, property taxes, insurance, CapEx. And your CapEx, remember, that's the big things that you're going to have to replace later, like roofs and just big expenses that you're going to have to replace. And then your maintenance fees. You always want to take out about 10% on maintenance, CapEx, and then, add in your other expenses to come up with your cash flow and everything. But we go over that on show number 8. So check out show number 8 if you guys want to know how to analyze a deal. So that does it for this show on pretty much explaining passive income through rental property. There was also a little bit in there about house hacking. And there's other videos online if you guys want to go more thoroughly into that, like Bigger Pockets is, got some good stuff on house hacking and pretty much anything there is. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this. And if you did, please like and subscribe to my channel. It helps out a lot. And yeah, I'll see you guys next time. Please keep existing, keep doing things, keep trying. We're all human. We're still here. We're all trying to commute together and succeed together. And I hope I can be a part of that journey. So thank you guys. I'm just trying to educate on YouTube University. I look at this like a platform for me to be a teacher and pretty much pass the same knowledge that somebody passed to me, you know. So yeah, all right, thank you guys. Keep being human.
These are the days.